Hey there Cancer, it's Viv from Wisdom Released and welcome to your monthly reading for July 2018. I'm using Los Garabello and I'll be doing a 7-card progression, so 3 cards on the top, 1 in the middle, 3 cards underneath, and I'll explain the meaning of the positions as we go through. I have pre-shuffled, and as I was shuffling the Hanged Man fell out a couple of times, and that to me is about letting go, sort of the antithesis of a 4 of Pentacles, which is holding on, saying don't hold on to what doesn't serve you anymore, just let go and let God. Let go and let God. Here's what's coming up for me. Now that's going to resonate for some of you, not all of you. This is a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, but it's lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining me. So, here we go. So let's cut the deck. So the first card out represents your past, which is the 2 of Wands. The second card out represents how you saw yourself at this time, which is the King of Swords. The third card out represents what you learned, what you took away from the situation, which is the Knight of Wands. Your current situation is the 4 of Wands, your current circumstance. New energies coming towards you is death. How you respond to that new energy, your response to what's coming towards you is the King of Chalices or the King of Cups, and the outcome then is the 7 of Cups. So let me put those down, there we go. Okay, so the card that comes up in your past position, Cancer, is the 2 of Wands. And you're not the only one that's found yourself in this position. This has come up for 3 or 4 other signs, I can't remember now, I think at least 3 other signs while I've been doing these readings, as you've reached a crossroads. The issue has been very weighty, you've been weighing it up, passing the ball from one hand to another. Wands is about action that you take. So you've been wondering what's the best thing to do, what's the right thing to do that will have the best outcome, what's right for you, what's right for any of the people that are involved, what will help to make the circumstance and the situation easier, and this has been weighing heavy on your mind. I think there's, as you've been clearly decided one day, the next day it's all up in the air again, and you think, oh no, maybe I should take the other course of action. It has been, there's no doubt about it, it's been weighing heavy on your mind though, but there is a clear crossroads here, and it's still undetermined, undecided which way you were going to go. And it's a past influence. To me it feels like a continuing influence. The guy's at a standstill there, he's not moving at all, he's static. So the situation hasn't moved on at all. The situation in the past was very static, which is interesting, isn't it? Because I did see the Hanged Man a couple of times, so that to me is like, you know, things being stuck and not moving. How you saw yourself at this time? Did you deliver some honest truth to someone? Did you have a sudden realization about the truth of a situation? How you saw yourself? I think this is the Queen of Swords is about perspective, and the King of Swords is getting to the truth of a situation. I think this is it's about being mature, as far as I'm concerned. It's like cutting out things that don't serve. It's like it is being more grown up, taking a more grown up attitude. It's like things that you've learned about yourself that has forced you to grow up and mature. And be the bigger person. Maybe these realizations that you've had have maybe transformed how you see yourself and how you see others. There is a feeling of maturity here. So you've this whole situation, I think you've grown an awful lot through it. What you've learned, there's a couple of things that occur to me when I see this card, because in the normal tarot deck, the Knight of Wands is sort of action that occurs really quickly. There's sort of decisions that are made really quickly, events that happen very quickly, messages that come very quickly. If it's a person, then it's somebody who tends to be in and out of your life, and I think what you've learned is you've either gained perspective about a person, about how they are and why they are the way that they are, or you're learning that your mind can change very quickly. But I think what resonates more for me about this card is more of a gradual learning of who you are and how courageous you can be. The knight in the normal tarot is riding a horse, and the horse is sort of like charging into action, but the lion here, it's a much more measured approach, it's a much more measured pace, so there's no charging in and coming in and out, but there is a sense of energy and passion. I think my feeling is that you're connecting with a part of yourself that is unfamiliar to you, and you're realizing that you're protected. You're realizing that you have great courage when you need it. You realize that you can be bold when you need it. You realize that you can deliver messages in a truthful and mature way. My feeling is that you've learned something new about yourself. You've discovered some tenacity about yourself that you didn't realise you had before. Your situation at the moment is one of stability. This card came up for another sign as well. I think it was Aries, actually. There's celebration. You may be celebrating your birthday this month in July, and so there might be a very happy gathering here. This may be, it is graduation season as well, so you may be celebrating graduating high school or passing exams, high school, university, I don't know, maybe you went back to high school, maybe you've gone to college, and maybe you're at university as a young person or a mature student, and you've graduated or passed an exam. Or a level of exams. Maybe it's a driving test. It does feel like you've passed some sort of test and you're pretty pleased with yourself. So there may be this is celebrating security and stability, celebrating harmony in your life at the moment, celebrating discovering something new about yourself, new qualities about yourself, celebrating truth and honesty, and getting past a tricky situation. So this is your circumstance at the moment. It's one of celebration, one of joy, one of harmony, things coming together, and things being pretty stable. The energy that's coming towards you in July is the Death card, and I don't see this as a negative card at all. I am drawn by the enormous scythe that this skeleton is carrying. It's not being swung, but I think it has been swung, because it's sort of it's this kind of, it's reminiscent of this sword of truth here, isn't it? You know, it's like cutting away things that don't serve you. It's getting to the heart of things. It's getting down to bare bones. It's really getting. Oh, there's the sword of truth there as well, isn't it? That's stuck in the ground. It's like, it really feels like you've made some sort of a stand, and you've revealed as much of yourself as you possibly can. I think you've been really honest about yourself. You've been really honest about the situation. This is the energy that's coming towards you. So it's as an opportunity to get to the bare bones of a situation, and to really see it for what it is. There's no doubt. There's a cup in the background here. That cup is broken and tipped over, so there's no doubt that there's been hurt and upset in the past. And it may be that you feel hurt and upset. This is part of the energy that's coming towards you in the future. You might not get everything that you want, but there is a feeling of second chances with this card. The skeleton, he looks fairly cheerful. So he's not dead and buried in the ground, though. He's not, you know, his life hasn't fallen apart completely. He's still soldiering on, and there is a feeling of second chances with this card, of getting down to the real nub of the issue, and seeing things as they really are. It's a card of transformation, of things passing from one position and passing on to another. It's like going from one thing to another, and life coming from that passing, new life coming from that passing. How this new influence will affect you is, I'm feeling that you're going to be pretty happy, pretty satisfied, and pretty composed. You're going to feel like things are really headed in your direction. You feel that everything is in flow. You're comfortable. Look, this is there's even you. There's a crab there. You're waving at yourself. You're like, hi. You know, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty. Your cup is overflowing, and this, whatever energy is coming towards you, is not bad. It's not bad. The outcome will have you will have you undecided. I think you get caught up in which way to go. I think it's sort of you know, as we started the month, what was in your recent past, and you were weighing up two different options, choosing which path to go. Now I think you've got more options available to you, as a result of this energy that's coming towards you, this second chance energy, this seeing things as they, seeing a new version of reality, seeing things as they really are. So the advice, I think, would be not to get too caught up in this. You are going to have options open to you. There's not just one road or another road. That there are several roads that you could take. You don't have to. You don't have to bank on just the one thing turning out. You know that whichever road you choose is the right one. You know that you're always being nudged in the right direction. The next card out, because I feel like I need a bit of a clarifier there, is the Ace of Swords. So the truth of these options will become apparent. The truth of the situation will become apparent, and I think you will end up towards the end of July and probably beyond making a choice, deciding what option works for you. And because the Ace of Swords is a beginning card, I think this is this kind of it paves the way for something new for you to enter your life. So this transformative second chance energy, there is definitely the opportunity for a new beginning here. Once you get past this confusing sort of illusion of the options that there are available to you. Okay then, Cancer, those are your messages for July 2018. I hope it resonated. I hope you found them useful. Thank you very much for joining me. I do these videos, monthly videos, weekly videos and daily, so if you've watched any of those and you've liked, shared or subscribed, thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. I do love that you're watching these and that you're finding value from them. So I will be back next time, and until then, take care.